Good morning, YouTube viewers and subscribers. So today's video is going to be the first run on camera of my recently converted Magnum FT-160 engine from just glow to ignition. I'm still running glow fuel in this engine, it's just glow ignition now. So I say it's the first run on camera because I did actually run this yesterday, just as kind of a tuning run. And I'm going to reserve my comments for that run until after this run, where I'll talk about both of them. Now, I did mention in my last video where I was running FAI fuel that this engine does not have a throttle stop screw. I was incorrect and I forgot it does have a throttle stop screw. It's just that on these ASP Magnum engines it's retarded because it's in a location that faces back that way and you can't access it without taking the carb off. So it's a stupid design, and I know that when I first set this engine up to run on glow, I did have to sit there and screw with it, set it, put it back on, try it, and then it wasn't right, you set it again. So it does have a throttle stop screw. So I've got the same 18.6 prop on here, and Harvey sent me a couple of spark plugs that I'm using, and I've got a full tank of Morgan's FAI fuel. So that's what I'm going to do here the first time, is run it with FAI fuel, see how it runs, starts, and all that kind of stuff, and then subsequent runs will probably be with 5% and then maybe 10%. So let's just see how she's going to do. Okay, so here's my setup. The Magnum engine, here's where I've got my fuel tank. It's about parallel or in line with the fuel tank, or with the carb, I'm sorry. And here's the ignition system set up. I've got it secured in what's normally my fuel tank area. And this is the setup for today's run. Okay, so I do not have my battery plugged in, so I'm just going to prime it first. Close our throttle up most of the way. Now I'm going to plug my battery in. So she should be live. Okay, so that run was pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't know how much of the run I got, because when I got up to go and turn the video off, I was seeing a message saying that my video card was full, or my memory card was full, so that kind of sucks. But I think you saw how it ran. I think I made a few more tweaks to the low-speed needle. In fact, I was actually richening it some, and I had it sitting there idling at about 1300 or so. But I think the memory card had shut off, or the camera had shut off by then. So unfortunately, you probably didn't see that. But I will say that yesterday's run I was not as impressed with. Today's run was better, and there were a couple times when I had it idling really low that I kind of started to pull back on it because I thought it was going to die, because yesterday it died a few times on me, and that was because I was still tweaking the low-speed needle. It did not die at all during this run. In fact, like I said, the last minute or two, maybe 3, maybe not even that much, I don't know how long I was running it, were cut off because the camera shut down. But anyway, the conversion is a success. It seems to run really well. I saw about the same top RPM on this as I did with the last FAI run, so I'm pretty impressed with this. The life battery worked fine. Everything worked as it should. It seemed like today's run was much better than yesterday's, and I was kind of bummed and kind of disappointed. Today's was much better, so the next time I run this, it'll be with 5% fuel, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit different idle performance. Now, the one thing I will mention is, even though this had a lower idle and all that, the transition was really not all that good. I was really just kind of slowly advancing it, but where there were a couple times where I'd advance it and I'd stop and let it kind of pick up, and then I'd go forward. So it's not like with FAI fuel in my current setup that you could go from idle to slam it. You really can't go slamming these big engines anyway, but you couldn't just go a rapid advance and hope that it's going to transition good. It just won't do that in this configuration with the way I've got it set. Maybe I don't have the timing quite right. Maybe I still need to tweak on the needles, but I think I'm done running FAI fuel on this engine now. I think I've proven that you can run on FAI fuel, and the whole reason I was running FAI fuel to begin with was because I read that with glow, or with spark ignition on glow, that it alleviates the need for nitromethane because you've got glow, and that's part of why they put nitro in these fuels, is to aid with the combustion process. Well, if you've got an ignition doing the sparking, then you don't need nitromethane. So that was the whole purpose of me doing this with FAI fuel. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to run this on FAI anymore. I think subsequent runs will be with 5% and then maybe 10%, and we'll see how it goes and changes then. But anyway, a successful run, and thank you for watching.